This is Shaun Sport in podcast form.
Sunday Aryang in the house at the moment.
Sunday morning. I love that.
That's a great one. Sunday, how are you?
Yeah, I'm doing well. Hey, I know.
You're coming back from injury?
I am, but it's actually such a good process, like, coming back from it. Like, I've been running, been doing some stuff with the physio. Like, I'm feeling good leading into...
So this is an ankle injury?
It is an ankle injury, yeah.
So what happened in the Aryang family that everybody's feet just fell apart?
Yeah,
Because Ruth snapped her Achilles tendon, your
That's
sister,
the worst.
which is devastating. So that's season ending.
Yeah, I know. I was like, oh my God, what are the chances that we're both going to hurt?
I know.
But, like, I feel terrible for her because, like, obviously with mine, it's nothing too serious and major. And then there's hers where she's out for the rest of the season.
And this was her first season being elevated into the main team as well. It's like, and that, also Achilles, that's an old person's injury. What's she doing?
That's what I've been hearing a lot. Everyone's been telling me only old people do that. So.
It's pretty much people Shaun's age who then go and play soccer in the park. They're the people snapping their Achilles tendon.
Yeah, Sam Draper from Essendon a couple of weeks ago against the Eagles, he just went down and I was commentating the game and I was like, oh, he's done an Achilles here because you can just tell.
He thought someone had kicked him and no one was near him.
What the hell happened?
Ruth literally did the same thing when it happened to her. She looked behind to see if there was a player behind her that pushed her or something. But
no,
I know it's terrible. But I reckon she's in good hands with the club. I think they'll do whatever they can to make her as comfortable and just help her through this process. And I think everyone else around her is just going to be there to help wherever she needs. So, yeah, I think she's in a good spot.
Sorry, Ruth. Sunday.
I get that all the time.
We were just talking about off air about strapping your own ankles. So you do that on game days because I asked if you strap your ankles every match and you do it yourself, right?
Yeah, I do it myself. Everyone usually does it themselves, but I think from now on, after rolling my ankle, I'll have to get the physio to do it.
So you were doing just preventatively before. Yeah, that's right. And clearly you didn't do a good job.
So Nat was saying, which I want to see at some stage, and maybe next time we come
bring a roller tape, I'll sort it out.
I'll bring some roller tape. We'll see how Nat does.
Because I worked as a trainer, sports trainer at a local footy club all through uni. That was my uni job. And so I reckon I could still do it.
Shaun YouTubed it, though, to do it to his kids. So he's got YouTube training.
Yeah, you're right.
You can both have a go. One ankle each.
One ankle each. We'll see what happens. He'll count it. Yeah. Whole deal.
Janelle was back in the team on the weekend and it paid dividends because she shot the lights out yet again.
It was like the fever of old.
Honestly.
It was like you don't realise how much you miss her until she comes back, and it's like she dominated.
She did dominate, and especially her first game after not playing netball for a while.
Know.
I don't know, something about Jay, the energy that she just brings to the team. Sometimes it's just such a comfort for all of us. So it was just great to see her out there. She was shining, doing her usual
and you're right, because I think Shanice lifted as well.
Yeah.
I thought she had a ripper game.
Yeah, honestly, everyone had an amazing game.
Yeah.
It was just great to watch. I was at home cheering, screaming, just excited to watch everyone do so well.
Has it changed the way you play? You know how you play with Janelle, and you've been all pre-season and the start of the season, you were going about it in a different manner.
Yeah.
Is it easy to change back for the girls just by watching?
Like style of play?
Yeah, I think it was easy to change back. I think it's been so many years of the same style of play, so it's nothing different. It was probably a lot harder to change into the new style that we were trying to build than having to go back to Janelle. But everyone kind of just found their feet again, knew exactly what they're doing. It was just easy for them to switch back to playing with Janelle, so it was good to see.
And I did notice something that we hadn't seen much of this year, which was Coach Dan Ryan smiling.
I love when I see you smile on Dan.
I know. He'd been under the pump. The first couple of games were concerning. And so, you could tell there was a bit of weight lifted off his shoulders after last weekend. And this weekend against Sunshine Coast will be a good test again.
Yeah, I know. I'm excited for the Sunshine Coast game. I think it's always good to get back home and it feels like we haven't been here for a while. But, I think we're prepared. We know what we need to do. So it's time to just go out there and do it.
When are we expecting you back in the lineup?
Hopefully soon.
How soon? Do you have a fitness test?
That's all I can give you. I'm sorry.
Do you have to, whether you play or not this week, will you have to go through some kind of fitness test this week?
Yeah.
You may play next week or you may play this week, but
I will do a fitness test. I think they'll just make sure that I'm capable and okay to go out there and play netball game.
They're not going to take your word for it.
No. The numbers will show.
So in footy terms, when you watch the news, they go they have to get through training, and after that, we'll see how they pulled up. Have you had main training?
I can't disclose that stuff.
Oh, secret squirrel.
No, I have trained. So
Yeah.
I
Have you had main training
What about in
for the
netball?
week?
I've trained in the week.
Have you had main training?
Shaun,
You too.
leave her alone.
Just trying to dig it out of it.
Just wait and see. The defence has been in good hands, but Katie Ann Dehaney last week was
On fire.
unbelievable.
I know.
Fran Williams played really well as well. Yeah.
Our defensive end was just like going crazy. And I think also like with that, having Jess in wing defence, I think really like makes a big difference. And she kind of just does the hard work on her own. She's kind of that silent assassin out there. But like, they all killed it back then.
And two Kransbergs are better than one.
I know.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We love the twins. So
That's great.
Too.
We wish you well for this weekend, whether you're playing or not. But we know that you'll be out there shortly.
I'll see you there
She might be
Sunday,
playing,
one way or the other.
We'll see each other there.
I'll be there, And there are opportunities to join me in my box, courtside. That's still to come on the show. Sunday, thank you so much.
Thanks,
we'll see you
Sunday.
again soon, and I'll try and keep this rabid dog away from you. It's like,
Tell them these stories, you know that.
Shaun Sport in podcast form.
The NBA Finals is on, and I tell you, a really big game. The LA Lakers are taking on the Minnesota Timberwolves, and the Lakers have got Luka Doncic to add to LeBron, and that trade all happened during the year, which was a big deal.
that was a shock when that happened.
It was, but the Lakers then had two genuine superstars in their team, and you would think that they'd be able to get it done, but the Timberwolves so far are beating them 3-1. So they lose today, they are out of the finals.
You know why, Shaun? Because a champion team beats a team of champions.
There you go. There you go. Well said, Nat.
I had to think about it.
Yeah, you have to, don't you?
Dramatic pause, though.
No, the Cleveland Cavaliers took care of Miami in their series 4-0. They won every game. In fact, they won the last game by about 40 points, I reckon, and Miami are out.
That was,
But there was a big one yesterday. The Milwaukee Bucks were playing against the Indiana Pacers, and the Pacers are an up-and-coming team.
Yes.
The Bucks have been led by Giannis Antetokounmpo, who's
that is
been
easy for you to say.
the Greek freak who's just been dominant over the last couple of years in the NBA, and he's such a humble, nice human being. He's been a real leader for their competition. And when the game finished yesterday on a buzzer beater, so they got knocked out, Milwaukee that is, got knocked out by Indiana on a buzzer beater, hit by a guy, Tyrese Halliburton is his name, and he's an all-star player, right? He hit a buzzer beater with 1.2 seconds to go, and that was a difference in the team. When the game finished, therefore, the Pacers have won that final series, and they're moving on to the next round. Milwaukee are done. Giannis is he was around the three-point line, and he was just standing there, and he was kind of in...
Like shattered.
Shattered. Hand on his face. Tyrese's dad came onto the court and was yelling and screaming in Giannis's face with a towel with a picture of his son on it, swearing at him, going off and getting in his face. The dad of the opposition player, of the MVP of the league, who's a lovely guy. It was behaviour you've never seen before. A few other people ran onto the court as well. So why are they on the court in the first place?
That's outrageous on so many fronts. But also, have some humility. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Yeah. They question, obviously, Giannis at the end in the press conference. Now, have a listen to him.
Losing the game, emotions run high, having a fan, which at the moment I thought he was a fan, but then I realized he was Tyrese's son, which I love. Tyrese, I think, is a great competitor. He was his dad, sorry. Coming in the floor and showing me his son a towel with his face. This is what we do. This is what we effing do. This is the F we do. I think it's totally unacceptable. Totally unacceptable. I'm not the guy that points fingers because in my neighborhood, snitches get stitches.
Yeah.
Well said,
I mean, how embarrassing that you did that. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's just embarrassing.
It's so embarrassing.
I mean, I know Henry used to do it every time the Dockers won, but...
No, I remember my dad used to give my pop a rev up because he'd go berserk on the sidelines.
Oh, yeah.
Because he's
like,
they're
calm
old
down.
school. Everyone's, everyone's soft.
Yeah.
Everyone's soft when they play footy.
Yeah.
So when you're telling a 10-year-old to a 12-year-old that they're soft and their parents are on the sideline listening, it's not a good thing.
No.
So Tyrese's dad's going off his brain at one of the world's greatest players and great gentlemen.
Yes, that's right.
And Giannis was explaining a lot of things. He thought it was absolutely disrespectful, and he then, talked about his father.
My dad, if you guys go and ask and learn, my dad's not with us no more. my dad used to come in the family room and he was the most respectful person ever. You know, when you come from nothing and you've worked your whole life to sell stuff in the street, and your whole life you'll be scared of the police of deporting you and sending you back to your country. You have to protect your kids with all means. You create this mentality of being humble.
You can see why he's got great values, doesn't he?
Yeah.
You can tell
Unbelievable
why
great values.
He's got a lot of humility about him.
So grounded.
Yeah.
So grounded. Spends a lot of
What a
money
guy. Good on him for
setting up
speaking out
charities
about
and
it.
schools and stuff like that. But speaking
Yeah.
about it, and interesting enough, Nat, he said, look, I don't want Tyrese and or his father to get fined or suspended. So I want to, but I'm just going to make
Use it
this
as an
statement.
example for
Yeah.
what's not acceptable behaviour in these circumstances.
Yeah, it was really nice to see. So that
Yeah.
was great in the NBA. So good luck to the teams who are still alive. And I want to finish on, I'm not sure, most people would have seen the news last night. And if you did, Ross Lyon was featuring because he was teeing off in the AFL and the suspension of a young player that was playing in the VFL for his team, his St Kilda team. And the poor young guy's got 4 weeks suspension. But the fact is there's 2 buys in and amongst his 4 weeks
so it
suspension.
becomes a 6-week suspension.
Yeah. And for the life of him, he was saying that if it was 4 weeks, it was 4 weeks. But the fact is, it's 6 weeks.
Yeah.
And they should be able to look ahead and understand that. So
Yes.
then they go, okay, we'll give him 2 weeks, but it's going to cost him 4 weeks in total.
Yeah, that's right.
Or we count them. It's 4 weeks, but we can't count the bye. So it's
Yeah.
a month out of the game. But the interesting thing for me is when I see Ross going on these full out attacks, which he doesn't do that often anymore, it's to take away the heat on other things and
Yes.
also heighten his presence heading into this game
He's
against Fremantle tomorrow.
A master at what he does.
He
So
is.
he's a master of manipulating the media to give the, and even when he was, because previously he was doing stuff where he was making jokes about giving White Lotus summaries and stuff, like his opinions on White Lotus during press conferences, and he admitted that was just to take the heat off something else. So he's just a master of distracting the attention to something else. So if he is making a big stink about something, you go, oh, why does he want our attention on that, and what doesn't he want our attention on?
And it also showed a really strong force for his team to be able to look at him taking on and having a go at the AFL in many different occasions. The only thing that would have held me back from really getting behind Ross is when he walked into the press conference, he was wearing his long sleeve St Kilda shirt that he had with all the sponsors on it, just a pair of shorts with Australia's whitest legs, and he had a pair of old man sandals on. It looked so weird.
Was he wearing socks as well? Because that would have been the end. That would have done me.
Ross the
All
boss.
right, thanks everybody.
Shaun Sport is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcast.com.au.